Good morning, good morning. Come in and fill it in, please, down at the bottom. You guys can keep coming. We can fill in both sides, okay? And there's still rows on the other side. Fill it in all the way. Once you start a row, go all the way down and fill it in. We still have several 6 or 7 or 8 seats up here at the front. I said 8. 3 up here in the front, if you have 3 of you that are friends. Good morning. Come in and fill it in, please. Find an empty seat down here and fill it in. We still have seats in the front if anybody wants to sit in the front. We have seats in the front as well if you would like a seat in the front. Find a seat and fill it in. Good job. Thanks for being leaders and coming to the front. We appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. May I have your attention, please, and thank you. Good morning, freshmen. We're happy that you're here with us today, and we are going to be going over some important information that you might want to lean in and listen to. How many of you are excited to eventually graduate high school? Raise your hand. Yeah. So Miss Dively, I'm Mrs. Daniels. I'm the new counselor for Elder C, 9th and 10th, all right? And Mrs. Dively is going to present to us this morning some important information about next year when you enroll. And as you can see, Mr. Harp, he's already getting your schedules, your course selections, so make sure that you get one of those, and Miss Dively's going to explain it, okay? All right, let's lean in and listen.
Hey, y'all are in the front row. Okay, we are already going to start talking about your sophomore year, okay? So Mr. Harp's passing out your course selection worksheets. You guys should be familiar with these from last year, okay? Okay, so let's get to, all right, these are going to be due January 30th, okay? They go to your science teacher, not your counselor, not anyone else. They have to go to your science teacher, okay? On the back, there's a spot for your parent to sign and a student signature. Make sure that these get signed by your parents and to your science teacher by next Friday. Obviously, who knows? We may or may not have snow days. I don't know, but make sure these are in by next Friday, okay? Okay, AP classes. How many of you plan on going to college outside of high school? Okay, there's several of you. Your sophomore year, you need to be looking at this and considering AP classes, right? Those AP classes are what kind of gets you prepped for college. Hey, whoever's not paying attention, you guys need to pay attention to this stuff. There's a lot to get covered, and it's going to get missed if you're not paying attention. Okay, AP classes. If you want to go to college, start looking at your AP classes. Talk to your teachers. Find out which ones, if you have questions about what you should be in, they'll help you. Your counselors can help you. Those are the best college prep classes, okay? Studies show if you take an AP class, you're more successful in college and more likely to finish, okay? AP seminar, that's more for 10th grade. If you want to do AP seminar, you'll have the availability to do that next year. You can finish it, hey, stop. AP seminar, you guys, if you want to do that, you can take it 10th through 12th grade, and then when you're done, you have the option for the AP capstone diploma, okay? This is a really good college prep course once again. That's more for juniors, aviation. Okay, fundamentals of administrative technology. This is a new class. How many of you have already had fundamentals of tech? Okay, so that opens the doors for all new business classes that we're going to be offering next year. Those are all listed on here on the left-hand side. Business and personal finance, accounting, entrepreneurship, all of those require fundamentals of tech and or this class. This class is new. It's going to be more business related. You can see what it says. You're going to learn office procedures, demonstrate telephone etiquette, things like that, kind of getting you prepped for the business world if that's something that you want to do. This is the gateway to the rest of the business classes that you can take your junior and senior year. Digital art and design is new. There's some new art stuff offered. If you look under the art department and fine arts elective, there's some new stuff offered on there, if you're interested in that. Okay, here's the important thing. How to complete this. We run into this every year with every class, freshman through senior. You have to have 7 courses marked on here, guys, okay? 7. So you need to have your 7 courses and then 3 alternates. The only thing on here that's available for you guys for Tri-County Tech is if you're applying to the biomed program, okay? Which, while we're on that application is open. You need to get that done. They will be here next Friday to help if you have issues with that. But biomed is the only thing that's offered right now for sophomores for Tri-County Tech, okay? So if you've applied to biomed, you still need to have 7 marked on this, and then where on the back it says Tri-County Tech, you mark it with an A that you've applied to biomed, okay? Then you have your 3 alternates. They need to be things that you can live with, okay? If you have selected that you want to take something on here and then you end up having to take it, we don't always have the option to move you in and out of it, okay? So you need to really look at what you want to take, and if you have to get put into an alternate, that's what you're going to go in, okay? Alternates can be whatever you want as far as electives and things like that, but you need 3, okay? Your prereqs. Anything on here that has the little asterisk means that there's a prereq with it, okay? Does that make sense? Graduation requirements. They've kind of changed a little bit. You have to have 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 3 of science, 3 of social studies, and then you have to have at least 8 pathway credits and 3 electives. Every class that we offer here at Bartlesville High School is a pathway credit, except PE, weightlifting, and athletics right now, okay? So here's where it gets tricky. If you're an athlete and you have first hour at, strength and conditioning, whatever, and then 7th hour athletics, you have a short window of time to get everything crammed in there, okay? So that's where you kind of have to watch and make sure that you're getting your pathway credits, because you have to have several of those. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So 23 credits total to graduate high school. And it goes fast because there's lots of other stuff that you have to get done between now and your senior year as well. Okay, English, you guys will either be sophomore English or pre-AP English, too, all right? Social studies, you're gonna have, this year, you'll either have world history or AP world history, okay? They're all on your form. Science, you have to have 3 to graduate. Depending on what you were in this year, you'll either have biology, physical science, or pre-AP chemistry as sophomores. So that's what you'll have for that. Your math is the same. Depending on what you were in, you kind of have some options: geometry, pre-AP geometry, pre-AP algebra, AP pre-calc. You have options for math depending on what you've done the past couple years. Fine arts, like I said, there's some new fine arts stuff. World language and computers. For those of you that raised your hand that you want to go to college after high school, especially if you go out of state, right? At some point in time in your high school career, you should be taking a world language and computer class, okay? Whether it's required or not, it benefits you outside of high school. And especially those of you that want to go be an athlete, you need to take it. And if you want to go to an out-of-state college, you need to take it, okay? It's a good thing to do get you kind of ready for college. We already talked about Tri-County Tech. Internships don't really apply to you all yet. That'll come as you get older, and then we've kind of talked about athletics. So, the biggest thing on these guys, again, 7 courses, okay? 3 alternates, and then your parents have to sign them. When are these due? Next Friday. And who do they go to? Science teachers. We will come around when we're doing enrollment, and when you meet with the counselors, we're all going to be out there. You're going to hand us this. We're going to put it in, and then that's it, okay? So make sure these are filled out correctly. Who signs these? Parents and? Good job. Any questions about any of this? If you have questions, talk to your teachers, talk to your counselors. Am I forgetting anything? Huh? Oh. Mr. Harp's going to talk to you guys about a few things.
Hey, real quick, we have a couple of other minutes here. Then I'm Mr. Hart, by the way. I'm one of the junior senior counselors. And so Mrs. Dively did a really good job of talking through, it's not it's not too late to really think about, let's see, y'all will be graduating May of 29. Wow, okay. It comes up really, really fast, okay? I know y'all are kind of still new here to BHS, but you really need to think about what do you want to do whenever you get out of here, and then taking those classes to get you to that point, okay? So, there's lots of different programs that we offer. I know that you all can't do Tri-County yet, but you want to set up yourself to be in good shape when it comes to applying for like Tri-County and different programs that we offer. Or it's not too early to start thinking about colleges. It's like what Miss Dively was talking about, all those AP classes, those will open up junior year, but you have an opportunity to take like AP Computers and then AP World History. What we don't talk a lot about with you all kind of in these younger grades is like English, Comp 1 and Comp 2, your math, your science, your social studies. Those are called Gen Eds. You've got to take a lot of those core classes again in college. And so what those AP classes are they're designed to teach you the skills to be ready to take those classes. Plus, let's be honest, you don't want to take them here. So you don't want to take them again and have to pay for them. So what's nice is like for world history, for instance, everyone's got to take world history to graduate from Bartlesville High School. So why not just go ahead and take world history, take the AP test, get the college credit, you never have to take it again. Junior year, then you get to take like AP Lang and AP US History and things like that. So then you have to sit in that class to graduate from high school, but then you can get the credit to then not have to take it ever again. Okay, so thinking about that. Little bit of tips and tricks of filling out this form. It gets confusing where we don't understand. When you see, you have to choose 7, okay? So when you're looking through, like English, that's 1. Math, now you're at 2. Science, you're at 3. Social studies, you're at 4. Let's say I'm on the football team. Strength and conditioning, 5. Football, 6. I only have 1 more spot for an elective. Like what Miss Diley was talking about, especially if you think you might want to go to college or you might want to go out of state, or if you want to do athletics like NCAA, it might be good for that 1 less spot is if you're in Spanish 1, go ahead and finish that Spanish 2. Mrs. May, one of the other counselors on our side, she is always saying, let's open up all the doors. Because technically in the weeds of things, do you have to take Spanish too? No, but sometimes seniors will come to us, I'm going to apply to the University of Florida. Well, guess what the University of Florida makes you do? You have to have a world language. So that person is now, guess what? Taking Spanish 1 and 2. So these are just things that you're a freshman. May of 29 seems a long ways off. It's still the time to start thinking about what classes I need to take to be prepared for whenever you walk out the doors of May of 29. Any other thoughts? Yeah, so Ms. Stively's already talked about that. So sophomore, y'all going to be sophomores, biomed. For that application, for my biomed people, or just in general, like, talking for next year for some of y'all for more Tri-County, when those applications open, which it's already open now for the biomed folks, you go to Tri-County's website and get on the application. You need to fill that out very well. When it asks you questions about, like, name me a time that you struggled in school. I don't like math. That's not going to be good enough. You are there's only so many spots, and you're trying to grab that spot so you can be able to go there. So they will be here next Friday, January 30th, in the main counseling office. If you're one of those biomed students wanting to get one of those spots, they will be here to help you through your application and kind of work through it with you, kind of have their rubric to see if you're answering those questions good enough to be able to grab one of those spots. So that's January 30th, but I think that we might be having some winter weather, and so this would be a good time to maybe start working on that application and getting that turned in, so then that way you can grab one of those spots. Alrighty. These are due back to your science teacher, January 30th.